Nisa. This one's edging through to gully and it's taken. Well done by Sammy Hazlitt. He has got a great catch off Nisa, and that's the end of Tom Rogers. The balls have struck early on day 3. They've got a fine leg where both the point and square leg are up. As Wade slips it through the slip cord, and it did bounce before it got to Joey Burns, and that's going to bring up his 100. Not the way he would have wanted to do it, but all the same, he takes the helmet off, he raises his bat. He is delighted to have scored another Sheffield Shield 100 in a final. 103. His 12th first-class century. And this crowd here at Allan Border Field, they appreciate what's been a wonderful effort by Matty Wade.
Doggett in the points. I wonder how much that's going to end up costing. Doggett continuing here, and this time a pull down leg side, and a nick has gone through to the keeper. Matthew Wade stood there for a minute, but doesn't look overly concerned. The wicket is taken, and Queensland lose their 8th wicket right on cue. I welcome Alex Dillon this morning. What did you make of that one?
Hard to tell from up here, Flash.
Yeah, well, that was going to be my next question. Sam Rainbird, he steps back and pulls it over mid-wicket. It's going to be a couple of bounces, and it runs into the rope. So the tail end are getting on with things here now, and that brings up the 400 here for the Tigers. Rainbird's moved up to 18, and there's that number we were talking about. I'd love to just see most people's track records of ball altering. Is that a good word to use over the years? As a full delivery this time, a catch which should be taken, and it is on the second bite. It was an outside edge, and it flew, popped and hung in the air. But Michael Neeson, just a backward of point, takes the catch, and Tasmania lose their 9th wicket. Jackson Bird departs, and the real good news story here for the Queenslanders, that's a 5-wicket haul to Brendan Doggett.
You'd think at some stage Swepson might have a look at going round the wicket and tossing the ball into that area.
Well, if you bowl a full toss, you can't hit any foot marks, and Feckerty helps himself to a boundary as he swats it out through wide mid-wicket.
And go about batting as they normally would, as if it was a normal Shield game.
Wildermuth over the wicket short, and Rainbird pulls. There's 2 men in the deep, and he pierces them. Gets it to the beat backward square boundary for 4. 4 for 8 for 9. Feckerty stands tall, inside edge this time. I fancy it's got through Pearson, down to the right for 4, and that's 450 plus for the Tigers, batting first in the Shield final.
But a great spell from Pato that day. I remember that one. He was
5 for 7 from 6 overs. Wildermuth short. Rainbird hits high. Is it long enough? Yes, it is. Into the fence on the full for 6.
To bat shortly. Philbin get a full delivery, and he bowls him. So that's the end of the innings for the Tasmanians. They'll certainly be thrilled with what they've been able to achieve. 477, the final figure. 3 slips and a gully in place. Bird get a full delivery and flicked into the crowd for a 6. Goodness me. What a start there by Renshaw. Talk about getting rid of the cobwebs. Short delivery into the offside. It was uppish. It was about a metre away from George Bailey's stretched left hand, but he was never catching it. And that's a boundary to Matthew Renshaw.
Yeah, he missed out earlier in the over, but not on that occasion.
That here's Rainbird. Burns half volley, plays beautifully off his pads, out through mid-wicket. It'll race out through the onside to the boundary for 4, none for 59 as Burns moves to 11. And cricket's in all the heads.
What an AFL season.
Renshaw is nicking and caught behind. Matty Renshaw goes, and Jackson Bird claims the wicket. Queensland loses its first pole at 59, and Renshaw falls. Caught Wade, bowled Bird for 37.
I think changing condition of the ball, some like to call it shooting, others not so much, has probably been around in cricket. That's a good pick-up shot. That's
whips it off his pads over deep backward square for 6. Just lay it down now. Forever hold your peace. Rainbird has Bird edging wide at second slip down to third man for 4.
What would you like? Umpires call that one.
Another full delivery. That's flicked in the onside for a boundary. So Burns is attacking. Ben Cutting's cheerleading here next to me and getting very excited about it. He's loose-limbed as we speak.
We see Joe's got himself in and started to take it on.
Tigers did that well yesterday. Another bouncer and just sitting up. And Joe Burns had so much time to see that hit it. He waited and he hit it well in front of square, and that raced away to the boundary. To the situation, which is he was immense in the Shield final. Rogers again, full delivery, pushing outside the lines, pretty well timed as well, and that's racing away. The other one might have taken time to roll over the fence, Peter, but that one certainly didn't.
The bowling analysis of the Bulls in that 138.2 overs of work. It's Rainbird full again, and once again driven by Labuschagne. Holds the pose as he crashes it out through cover for 4.
Be pretty knackered and in bed by the time the cricket's on.
As that one does beat the infield. Labuschagne again through the offside with force. Beautiful shot.
Labuschagne on strike here to Tom Rogers. The short pitch delivery, and a bit like the last one, he tucks that one around the corner, a bit more into the gap between deep square leg and deep fine leg for a single. So the total moves up to 128. Joe Burns now on 49 to take strike again. So Rogers operating in his 5th over. The figures of none for 17. Same Rainbird's been very expensive indeed. It leaked a lot of runs. What were you going to say, Chris?
I just wonder whether it could be an early tea break potentially, but that would make that last session quite long. So it actually looks like it's tightened.
Definitely.
Rogers to resume after tea as Burns has hit on the pad. That's really close, and it's out. First ball after tea. Burns is LBW for 49. What a strike.
The knowledge about it, I think there would be more people that would watch it if they kind of knew it was on.
Rogers in, and Labuschagne is knocked over. He is bowled. The off bail goes flying, and in a couple of overs after tea. Scored the previous single. Had Sammy Hazlitt. He drives on this occasion. That's a good shot. That's 4.
That is
over pitch from Bird and smashed through cover.
Jackson just chucking his elbows in. Off he goes again.
Over pitched and driven by Hazlitt for 4. Out through cover point. So he's getting away with a few boundaries.
You know, all those kinds of things that you get from the senior players.
Rainbird short, and Hemprey. Where's that gone? I've lost it. Yeah.
Nice. 2-3-3-3.
Keeps the mind ticking over at this point of the day. Outside the off stump from Rogers. Left alone from Hemprey. Stumps day 3. That is it. We've had 2 days of cricket. We're 3 days through this 5-day final after we lost the first day. And Queensland goes to stumps at 3 for 233. Still a healthy deficit behind Tasmania's 477. So 244 runs behind.